Guys, mainstream media are getting out of hand. You literally cannot trust anything these days. Some people trust TV, some people trust the news, some people trust the government, some people don't. Some people trust social media. But the thing is, you cannot trust the website that pretty much has no barrier for anyone to write whatever they want. On Twitter, thanks to Elon, there's a free speech, so it's a little bit even more extreme now. I mean, free speech is a good thing. And when I'm on TikTok, even they're just uploading videos, I can see what kind of bullshit people post. And the thing is, people are willing to say or do whatever it takes to get more views so that they can sell their own shit. After that, there are influencers who will look literally in the camera, right in the lens, and will deliberately lie. And social media algorithms cannot control that. And there are no any algorithms that can fact check anything. It cannot do that, at least not yet. For now, it just pushes the content as long as people watch it. Even if people know that it's shit and the content by itself is kind of shit, yes, algorithms are still gonna be pushing it out to more people because it's what it does. It wants to keep people watching the content so that they can show more ads to get more revenue. And now there are AI models which made the content production even more, not even more. It made it absolutely effortless. And what even makes it even worse, AI can hallucinate, AI can be biased or woke or both, and people still don't fact check it, just push it on their blog, push it on the website, push it on the social media, and people are gonna consume it. AI can generate a full article for your own blog in literally seconds. You can use AI avatars to be in your video to talk for you so that you don't have to even show your face in the videos. How crazy is that? We have even AI influencers. They are not real people, and yet they have thousands of followers, if not millions. And yes, those images are generated by AI, so you cannot even tell them apart if they are real or not. Artists complain that AI produces their copyrighted work, producing kind of similar stuff in seconds, even though it could take years for that artist to produce that work by hand. Can you imagine how pissed they are? Even Google pushes out those articles, those blogs, those websites there are generated by AI. Yes, it would rather push the blog that was created by AI, not written by hand by a real person. And the thing is, Google cannot control the reliable information because if you think about it, Google and other search engines are search engines because that's what they do. They provide access to the internet where people can post absolutely anything. And you cannot pretty much filter it. You cannot distinguish what's reliable, what's true, what's accurate. You cannot do that. And if Google really starts doing that, then it's kind of gonna shoot itself in the foot because it's in a way gonna become biased. And since OpenAI is for profit, as Elon Musk says, it's closed AI. What if in the future companies start paying to OpenAI to include the descriptions of their product, to actually generate the text, generate the content, to make their products look good and making products of their competitors look bad because they didn't pay? What if that happens? Who can control that? No one. And it's super important to have the right information, the accurate and reliable data. Otherwise, you're going to be misinformed to make bad decisions. You're going to be behind your competitors and you're going to miss opportunities in the market. So what can you do to make sure you have reliable information? For starters, stop trusting everything and start fact-checking. Duh. Use those sources that have reputation of providing reliable information. But technically, you cannot trust anything still. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, there are no facts, there are only interpretations. At Workki AI, our mission is to provide people with platform to quickly research the reliable and accurate information in seconds. We curate the data and statistically analyze which source is potentially reliable and which source could be potentially not reliable. But ultimately, we can only provide information and data. At the end of the day, the user decides what to trust. Because otherwise, if you think about it, then we are going to be biased because we're deciding what's reliable. But at the end of the day, it's always the user who does that. But if you have that kind of information at your disposal that you get very quickly and it can be considered reliable, you can use it right away to actually be ahead of your competition, to never be misinformed, to actually make good decisions in the market. Coming back to the fact that you cannot trust anything, I still somewhat trust something because I still have to get information from somewhere. I trust peer-reviewed scientific papers because I don't believe they have any political agenda to be biased, even though some papers, of course, can be biased anyways. But I still trust those, and they're considered to be reliable. Actually, probably the most reliable. You can probably trust the websites with .gov, so for the government, edu, so for education. You probably can trust those. I trust magazines like Forbes, TechCrunch, The Guardian, because they have the reputation of being reliable and providing that kind of information that can be trusted. But because there's a very little chance that those kind of magazines and companies are gonna risk their reputation and their revenue to provide people with data that is not based on fact. I personally don't read news because I believe it's an energy waster, and if the news are big enough, I probably will hear that from my friends or from my network. But I still do read tech news. I read AI news. Sign up for our AI newsletter if you want to be on top of AI trends, link down below. Because I know that I still have to read those technology, engineering, AI news to be ahead of my competition and be still relevant on the market, to know what's happening, to know in what kind of environment I'm working. You need to develop the habit of fact checking everything. Someone told you something, fact check it. You saw some controversial fact or piece of information on a blog that you've never heard of, fact check that. You heard something on TV or on social media, definitely fact check that. Just fact check your information and do a favor to humanity. Stop spreading unverified information.